The great Nordic Showdown, Norway versus Denmark. It's the clash of the titans, the battle of the blonde bombshells. Okay, maybe not that dramatic. But when it comes to lifestyle, these two Scandinavian nations are in a league of their own. They're like the Beyoncé and Taylor Swift of the North, both ridiculously successful, but with their own unique style. One boasts stunning fjords and mountains that could make a grown man weep. The other, charming canals and cobblestone streets straight out of a fairy tale. One is fueled by oil wealth, the other by pastries. Okay, that's a simplification. But both promise a life of happiness, well-being, and that elusive work-life balance we all crave. So, dear viewer, we're diving headfirst into this Nordic nirvana to answer the burning question: which country has the better lifestyle? Get ready for some serious FOMO, because we're about to uncover the secrets to Scandinavian bliss. Will it be the land of the midnight sun or the home of Hygge? Only one way to find out. Let's go. Now, before we crown a winner, let's set the scene. Imagine this. Norway, a land of rugged beauty where towering mountains cast long shadows over crystal-clear fjords, where Vikings once roamed free and now electric cars rule the roads. They do love their sustainability. It's a country that practically invented outdoor living, with skiing, hiking and fishing practically written into their constitution. Cut to Denmark, a land of cozy contentment. Think rolling hills, windswept beaches, and cities that are effortlessly chic. They gave the world Lego and Carlsberg, which automatically makes them cool in our book. But Denmark's real charm lies in its Hygge, that untranslatable feeling of warmth, coziness, and good company. But let's be real, folks. Choosing between Norway and Denmark is like choosing between a perfectly brewed cup of coffee and a decadent slice of cake. Both are delightful in their own right. It all boils down to personal preference. Do you crave adventure and breathtaking scenery? Norway might be your jam. Or are you all about cozy vibes, cultural experiences, and indulging in life's simple pleasures? Denmark might be calling your name. This isn't just about pretty landscapes and delicious pastries, though. We're talking about the nitty-gritty of daily life. Healthcare, education, work-life balance, the whole shebang. We're going deep, my friends, peeling back the layers of these Scandinavian societies to see what makes them tick. All right, let's get down to business. We're about to pit Norway and Denmark against each other in a head-to-head battle of the lifestyles. Think of it as a Nordic version of the Olympics, but instead of medals, we're after bragging rights for the best place to live, work, and, well, just be. We'll be your guide to this epic showdown, breaking down all the key categories: healthcare, education, work-life balance, cost of living, and of course the fun stuff like culture and leisure. We'll be diving deep into the data, separating fact from fiction, and uncovering the real story behind these Scandinavian utopias. Spoiler alert, no place is perfect, but these two come pretty darn close. Now we know what you're thinking. Isn't Scandinavia all just about free healthcare and happy people? Well, yes, but it's also so much more than that. It's about a certain quality of life, a sense of community, and a deep respect for nature that's hard to find elsewhere. In Norway, that translates to a deep connection to the great outdoors, a love of all things cozy, think crackling fires and woolen sweaters, and a strong sense of national pride. In Denmark, it's about finding joy in the everyday, whether it's savoring a pastry with friends, cycling through the city, or simply relaxing at home with a good book. But before you pack your bags and book a one-way ticket to Copenhagen or Oslo, it's important to remember that both countries have their quirks and challenges. Norway, for all its natural beauty, can be eye-wateringly expensive. Hello, $10 beers. And Denmark, despite its reputation for Hygge, has its fair share of gloomy winter days and taxes that would make even a Viking flinch. Our goal is to give you a balanced perspective, highlighting both the strengths and weaknesses of each country. Because let's face it, no place is perfect. But by understanding the nuances of each lifestyle, you can decide which one might be the best fit for you. Here's the thing about better: it's slippery, like a fish fresh out of a fjord. And yes, we're looking at you, Norway. What one person finds utterly delightful, say year-round access to skiing and breathtaking mountain views, Another might find, well, a tad isolating. And that's just scratching the surface. We're talking about comparing entire ways of life here. It's like judging a cheese competition between a perfectly aged Gouda and a creamy camembert. Both delicious, just different. You've got your personal preferences, your priorities, and let's not forget your tolerance for long, dark winters. Looking at you again, Scandinavia. So how do you even begin to measure something as subjective as lifestyle? Do you focus on cold, hard data, GDP, life expectancy, number of sunny days? Or do you delve into the more intangible aspects, the sense of community, the work-life balance, the availability of good pastries? It's a bit like comparing apples and oranges, or in this case, fjords and fairy tales. Both Norway and Denmark score consistently high on those happiest countries lists, but they get there in their own unique ways. Norway, with its stunning natural beauty and emphasis on outdoor living, seems to have cracked the code on work-life balance and embracing the simple life. Denmark, on the other hand, scores high on social cohesion, a strong sense of community, and yes, that ever-elusive Hygge. So, are we doomed to wander aimlessly in this Nordic paradise, unable to declare a definitive winner? Not necessarily. While it's impossible to say definitively which country has the better lifestyle, we can break down the key ingredients of each, highlighting the strengths and weaknesses, the quirks and charms that make each country unique. Think of us as your intrepid explorers, your witty guides through the cultural landscape of these two Scandinavian gems. We'll be your taste testers, your cultural commentators, your voice of reason when the allure of fjords or the promise of free healthcare becomes too strong to resist. Let's kick things off with everyone's favorite topic, free healthcare. And yes, we're using free in the loosest sense of the word, because, taxes. Both Norway and Denmark boast those fabled universal healthcare systems, where a visit to the doctor doesn't involve mortgaging your house. But let's dig a little deeper, shall we? In Norway, you've got your pick of pristine hospitals, often with stunning views to distract you from whatever ailment you might have. But be prepared to exercise those patience muscles, as wait times can be, shall we say, leisurely. Denmark, on the other hand, offers slightly speedier service, but brace yourselves for some potentially higher out-of-pocket costs for specialists and whatnot. So who wins this round? It's a photo finish, folks. Both countries provide top-notch care, but with slight variations in delivery and cost. Think of it this way. Norway is like that reliable old Volvo, sturdy, dependable, but maybe not the fastest on the road. Denmark, more like a sleek Tesla, quick, efficient, but might require a bit more upkeep and charging stations, metaphorically speaking. Next up, let's talk about shaping young minds. Both Norway and Denmark are known for their stellar education systems, where students are basically showered with opportunities to learn and grow, almost entirely for free. That's right, folks. From kindergarten to university, it's all taken care of. Well, mostly. Norway takes a more holistic approach, focusing on outdoor play and experiential learning in those early years. Think forest kindergartens where kids are practically raised by gnomes. Okay, not really, but you get the idea. Denmark, meanwhile, emphasizes early childhood development and social skills. Those little Danes are masters of collaboration and conflict resolution before they even hit double digits. When it comes to higher education, both countries offer a smorgasbord of options, from world-renowned universities to specialized vocational schools. And the best part? Tuition fees are practically non-existent for those lucky ducks who qualify. So whether you're dreaming of becoming a marine biologist studying fjords or a pastry chef perfecting the art of the Danish, your education is pretty much sorted. Now, for the million-krone question, or should we say krona question, how do these Nordic wonderlands stack up when it comes to that elusive work-life balance? Well, let's just say they wrote the book on it, literally. Both Norway and Denmark consistently rank among the top countries for work-life balance, leaving the rest of us wondering how they do it. In Norway, it's all about embracing the great outdoors. Think long hikes in the mountains, skiing trips with colleagues, or simply knocking off early to enjoy those long summer evenings. It's a culture where saying no to work commitments is not only acceptable, it's practically encouraged. Denmark, meanwhile, takes a more Hygge-infused approach, where prioritizing time with loved ones, cozying up with a good book, or simply enjoying a leisurely meal takes precedence over burning the midnight oil. But let's not sugarcoat it. Maintaining this idyllic work-life balance comes at a cost. Taxes are high in both countries, and the cost of living can be, shall we say, ambitious. But hey, that's the price you pay for living in a place where people actually take their vacation days and leave work at a reasonable hour. Finally, let's talk about that famous Scandinavian safety net. We're talking generous parental leave policies, unemployment benefits that wouldn't look out of place in a CEO's contract, and a social welfare system that's the envy of the world. But is it all sunshine and rainbows? Or are there some storm clouds lurking behind those fjords and windmills? Norway, with its oil wealth, boasts one of the most comprehensive social safety nets on the planet. Think generous pensions, subsidized childcare, and a strong emphasis on social equality. Denmark, while not quite as flush with cash, still offers a robust welfare system that provides a high standard of living for all its citizens. But here's the catch. All that social goodness comes at a price. And that price, my friends, is taxes. We're talking income tax rates that would make even the wealthiest oil tycoon wince, plus a hefty VAT on just about everything. But hey, that's the trade-off, right? You pay a bit more, but in return, you get a society that values equality, supports its citizens, and leaves no one behind. The moment of truth, can we even choose? We've scaled the Nordic peaks of healthcare, navigated the fjords of education, and even braved the tax storms of social welfare. We've compared pastries, debated the merits of electric cars versus bicycles, and pondered the true meaning of Hygge. But are we any closer to declaring a winner in this epic battle of the lifestyles? It's like trying to choose between two equally delicious flavors of ice cream, one bursting with exotic fruits and tantalizing textures, the other a classic comfort, smooth and familiar. Do you go for the adrenaline rush of the new and unknown, or the warm embrace of tradition? The truth is, both Norway and Denmark offer a quality of life that most of the world can only dream of. They've cracked the code on happiness, well-being, and creating societies that prioritize people over profits, at least to some extent, but they each go about it in their own unique way, like two siblings with strikingly similar genes but vastly different personalities. So which flavor of happiness is right for you? If you're an adventurous soul who thrives in the great outdoors, who finds solace in the silence of mountains and the invigorating chill of a winter breeze, then Norway might just be your spirit animal. It's a land that challenges you to push your limits, to embrace the elements, and to find beauty in the raw, untamed wilderness. But if you're more drawn to the warmth of human connection, to the simple pleasures of good food, good company, and a culture that celebrates life's everyday joys, then Denmark might just steal your heart. It's a land where you can slow down, savor the moment, and find magic in the mundane. The choice, dear viewer, ultimately boils down to your own personal definition of the good life. What makes your soul sing? What gets you out of bed in the morning with a spring in your step? We're not going to give you a cop-out answer like it depends, but we are going to be honest. There is no clear winner in this Nordic showdown. It's a tie, a glorious, exhilarating, utterly satisfying tie, because the truth is both Norway and Denmark have so much to offer, and choosing between them is like choosing between two winning lottery tickets. So, instead of crowning a champion, we're going to leave you with this. Embrace the beauty of both. Let Norway inspire you to chase adventure, to connect with nature, and to find freedom in simplicity. Let Denmark teach you the art of Hygge, the importance of community, and the joy of finding contentment in the everyday. And who knows, maybe you'll find your own perfect blend of the two, a life that's equal parts breathtaking fjords and cozy candlelight, where you can ski down a mountain in the morning and savor a cinnamon bun with friends in the afternoon. Because in the grand scheme of things, why choose when you can have the best of both worlds? So, there you have it. The grand tour of two of the world's most envied lifestyles. We've trekked through the fjords, braved the taxman, and even risked a sugar rush in the name of cultural comparison. And the verdict? Well, it's a draw, but not the kind that leaves you feeling empty-handed. Because what we've discovered is that the real magic of Scandinavia isn't about choosing one country over the other. It's about recognizing the shared values that underpin both cultures. A deep respect for nature, a commitment to social equality, and a focus on living life to the fullest on your own terms. It's about finding that sweet spot between embracing the wild beauty of the outdoors and savoring the simple pleasures of human connection. Between pushing your limits and prioritizing your well-being. Between paying your taxes and reaping the benefits of a society that supports its citizens from cradle to grave and everything in between. By now, you're probably either adding Learn Norwegian Danish to your to-do list or frantically searching for affordable flights to Copenhagen or Oslo. And honestly, we don't blame you. Scandinavia has a way of getting under your skin, of making you question your life choices, in a good way, and of inspiring a serious case of wanderlust. But before you pack your bags and say Hygge to your old life, remember this. Scandinavia isn't a utopia. It's a real place, with real people and real challenges. The cost of living is high. The winters are long and dark. We're talking Game of Thrones level darkness at times. And even the happiest of Scandinavians have their bad days. But here's the thing. They seem to have figured out something that much of the world is still searching for, a way to create societies that prioritize people, not just profits. Where work-life balance isn't just a buzzword, it's a way of life. And where even the simplest of pleasures, like a cinnamon bun shared with friends, can spark a deep sense of contentment. So, dear viewers, the floor is yours. Have we swayed you towards the majestic fjords and adventurous spirit of Norway? Or has the cozy Hygge and charming lifestyle of Denmark captured your heart? Head down to the comments section and let us know which country you'd choose and why. And don't forget to subscribe for more epic lifestyle showdowns from around the world. Who knows? Maybe your dream destination is just a video away. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep embracing the good life, wherever you find it.